Welcome to the 2025 SEC Baseball Tournament Game 8 postgame press conference. We're joined by the Auburn Tigers, represented by head coach Butch Thompson, along with pitcher Carson Myers. In a moment, Coach will give an opening statement, and then we'll take questions directed just to Carson only, please. There are microphones on each side of the room, passed by Kate and Lucas. Please wait to be called upon and give the mic back to them when you're done. Coach, if you give us an opening statement.
Yeah, I just wish in a couple of moments we could have knocked in a few more runs there. Had some chances today, but didn't happen.
Okay, let's go to questions for Carson, please. Please raise your hand if you have one on the front row on the right.
Just talk about the job you guys did as a pitching staff. 14 strikeouts, only 3 walks. Really a 3-batter stretch was kind of all the damage today. But just talk about overall the pitching you guys did.
Yeah, I just thought we competed. We stayed true to our goal and just throw as many strikes as possible. And I felt like as a whole we definitely accomplished that, and we were trying to go after these guys with our best stuff.
Next one for Carson. On the left.
Matt Taverny from World Baseball Network. Carson, what's it like to see a guy like Eric Snow really blossoming in the lineup, and how that could roll into next week for the regionals?
Yeah, it definitely builds a lot of confidence, especially for somebody going through a pitching. You got guys all throughout the lineup that are going to do damage, and they're going to give you the best at bat that they have. So,
all right, if we can get to the back left.
Mitch Davis. Carson, can you talk about how playing in the SEC possibly helps you with playing in the rest of the postseason along the NCAA tournament?
I think it makes you just an overall better player, and it makes you better mentally. You're facing the best competition in the nation, and I just think that if you have that mentality of going out and just having your best stuff every single time, it makes things a little bit easier when you're actually out there. So,
next one for Carson, back in the front right.
Carson, when you guys look at now heading towards the NCAA tournament, looks like you'd probably be hosting a regional. How satisfying? I know you just lost a game, but that was one of the goals for you guys to try to get back there, and now work to be done still. But how big of a deal is that's a possibility now?
Yeah, it's awesome. I know the guys on the team we've all worked extremely hard, and this is one of the steps to our main goal. And I know that going into this weekend, obviously we had a tough loss today, but it's only going to put our chip on our shoulder going this weekend. And it's just going to make us even better.
More for Carson. If not, Carson, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, boys. All right, if there are questions for Coach, please raise your hand. In the back on the right.
Hey, Butch, just an explanation from the umpire in the 8th inning there with the slide into second base.
Yeah, he said it was the slide rule for safety, and once they reviewed it, it was absolutely you have to slide straight into the base, and we did not. So once I saw that was kind of the end of the story there for me. So even from our rules and compliance and everything we're looking at, I did think it was a big enough moment that you got to see the play again, and having our 2 challenges, we definitely used one, but as soon as you saw him ease into the slide there and not going to the base and just beyond toward the outfield, that's the proper call.
On the left for Coach.
Coach, how do you just feel about your offense heading into next week? Also, how Lampkin pitched against you guys? What sequence, whoever your matchup may be in the NCAA tournament, that you guys have to make certain adjustments?
Yeah, I just think each day, that's what's amazing. I would use your question to just respect Texas A&M. I mean, you got the SEC pitcher of the week that we just faced. He went to a complete game, so I think they got him out about the 80-85 pitch mark of the ball game. So another good fastball with hop early and a changeup. We saw that. It was very similar to the Hunter Elliott that we saw game 1 of Ole Miss last week in the final series. So I thought we were still okay. They hit the big haymaker there early, and we kind of hung in there. And then, that's a guy that had his stuff set pretty good. And then the strength of our ball club is some of our left-handed guys. So I didn't see any shape, form, or fashion where we wasn't competing in the box. I just thought we saw a really good pitcher, and I was glad when we got him out of the game to still be in the game. But the 8th inning that we just referenced and talked about, that absolutely took momentum away from us because we were at the part of the lineup that we wanted to be at. And also, I think Cooper McMurray hit a ball maybe in the 6th or 7th inning. The left fielder made a great catch, and then I thought they one-upped it with the catch that Freilich hit to center field. diving into the wall, going away from home plate in center field at the deepest part of the ballpark. So some of those things didn't happen for us, but we did have other chances. So I think you just keep pushing. You run into good teams, and we run into the 14 seed that's coming off the SEC Pitcher of the Year and a pretty good lineup and a great ball club, and they made plays today. We've made plays. I love our defense. I think we have one of the best overall defenses in the country, and we played good, but they made really good defensive plays today that I thought might have made a difference in the game, or we could have maybe opened another seam or two that might have made a difference. But I think collectively, I think our offense has played good late. We've been competitive, and I think we're fine there. I just think A&M is a really good ball club, and I think that it just didn't happen for us today. We did not link it up, but at some point in time, you have to give credit to the other team.
Staying on the left, third row.
But playing just one game this week, how do you keep some of your other starting pitchers who didn't get to throw this weekend, on schedule and rhythm going into a regional next week?
Yeah, it's hard to duplicate, isn't it? It's hard to get back to campus at Auburn and throw Dutton out there and throw Chatterton and duplicate the opportunity you get here. Probably the biggest flag we wave right now is it's not over. And, of course, it's over for this tournament now. But now we move forward because it's not over with our season. But I absolutely wanted our guys to be able to be here tomorrow night on a Friday night with us being Auburn, us being the proximity, us. There's nothing that I can go duplicate in a practice setting that would match being able to play in this venue and play this level of competition. This is the best weekend, the best tournament for college baseball that exists. So when you only get to do that one time and you don't get to do that 2 or 3 times and get to throw those other starters, I hate it. I wanted more at-bats. I wanted more pitchers to roll out there and get that experience. Some of them would be getting it for the very first time. So we stayed true to the game, an elimination game, and did everything we could to try to mix and match and change guys out. The left-right was being played there to get guys in the ball game on the mound. We stretched Carson Myers as long as we could till he had the 4-pitch walk to walk a guy after 60 pitches or so. But we'll do the best we can to get back to Auburn tonight, to figure out what the next steps are and get these guys prepared for a regional at Plainsman Park.
On the right side.
Butch, what are your thoughts now on this team as you get ready for Monday, I guess Sunday night when you find out if you're a regional host, but just kind of what this team has accomplished so far and what's ahead?
Yeah, I've been tickled to death with them. I just, like I said, I want to play as many games with this team as we can because they've earned it. They've earned my respect, our coaches' respect. Hopefully most of our fans respect that we want to see them play ball and we want to see them play good. So I think that'd be 3 out of 4 years hosting. I don't know how many teams in America have done that. I'm proud of some of these guys that have been here for a couple of those, McMurray, Irish, to name a couple. So that's a huge step to be able to do that. We haven't done that in our program's history, but at the same time, you want to make hay when you get those opportunities. So I feel comfortable enough that these guys will absolutely put in a good week of work for us and be ready to go.
On the right front row.
Coach, on that note, I believe you guys came in with the #1 RPI today. Do you feel like you've done enough to earn maybe a top 8 national seed? Yeah,
I answered that a few days ago. I do. And what coach would not that represents a program? That's my job. This is where my passion is. This is where I'm doing everything I can to try to help build and do a program. I think you're 1 and 2 and 3, and I think our program is 1, 2, and 3, and a few of these metrics that haven't missed that opportunity. So I sure hope so. I do know the last few years were the top of college baseball has absolutely been lifted for the first time. It seems like everything we've done in the past is to make the game down, but the top has been lifted for college baseball, and I think a ton of strength, a ton of resume resides in the teams playing in this tournament. So I do think the Auburn Tigers is one of those.
Staying on the right next door.
Could you speak to your pitchers today? A lot of punch-outs and giving your team a chance to win?
Yep, over and over. Myers was great. I do think I just felt like I wanted a lefty after the first couple innings that Myers got set, and that's why you saw Fisher after him. I think Graves was in the pen warming up. Unless we got even or ahead, we'd have put Hetzler in the ball game, being an elimination ball game. But decided pretty quick to stay left-handed. I just watching the front door open, watching the reaction to the pitches, it seemed left-handed was our best course of action, and Myers did the lion's share of the work today. And Cam Tilley's stuff was good. It was 6/1, but again, those gaps there, and we probably moved on to Carson. It was only a 3-0 ball game, but they're too talented. They're too good. Any team in our league, if you are allowing fires to start 3 of the first 4 innings, they got the leadoff man on. 3 of the times we converted, but that's the game of baseball. The one time that we didn't absolutely make it happen, they landed a punch on us. So we really wanted to get into the strike zone. We wanted left-handed, and Myers is by far, I think, our highest strike percentage lefty on our staff. So that's how we drew to get Myers in the ball game when we did.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. Back right, white shirt.
Pitching is something you're passionate about. I know you were in the other clubhouse today, but watching Lampkin take the hill, obviously he's on a roll right now. What is he doing so well to make his pitches so effective?
Yeah. There's great arms, there's great velocity, there's texturing where you get a second and third pitch going. And when, especially a lefty, man, when they get a recipe and stuff set, it becomes hard. I think we just kind of got to the vulnerable moment with him, getting him to the end of an outing. If he expended 120-plus pitches last week, we really didn't do nothing with him or break the door down. I just think what he did last week may have shortened the outing a little bit, and we got to the backside. What I think our team did a good job is still being able to hang around, still being able to one guy get on and the time run come to the plate type deal. So, I absolutely tip my hat. But I thought we hung in there and still had a chance. I thought we had to make more of a move there late, and we were 1 pitch away probably, or let's say 1 more good at bat away, which we've been having a lot of that here lately. So I don't think we were missing like some barrage. I just think we were missing a couple of 1 or 2 real swings and moments. And there's an old adage in pitching too that we've always had, that solos don't beat you. We actually hit 2 home runs to their 1 home run, but when you put those freebies and stuff in front of them, or I think it was a base hit. It was kind of an inside slider that wasn't a great pitch. The video is good to be able to check right after, and then HBP, I think, and then the home run. And I think that was the 3rd or 4th consecutive offering of the same pitch that wound up happening. But again, that'll happen. I thought Cam Tilley was competitive, and again, they got off the big swing, and we didn't get enough off where we were working in a pack. There was a lot of solo work today with Snow, and I guess Steele hit the other home run. And when we had a couple of guys on, I think I referenced the 2 outfielders making a catch, and then the slide rule I thought was a big one there, as late as it was in the game.
Last one on the right, 4th row.
Hi, Coach.
Hey.
Just going back to your 2022 World Series run, you had a great season. What, coaching-wise, are you hoping translates from that experience into this team this year?
That's a really good question. I just what our program's been able to do. I'll throw 19 in there. I'll throw anything I'll throw the kitchen sink at it. To get these guys to know that our program can be successful. That we got recent players. Over the last 4 or 5 years that have that Omaha dirt in their cleat, and that it's possible. And I think the leadership of the team, the guys that have been around, absolutely know that. So I think there's a certain brand of confidence. I think every team that you look at that's been Omaha recently or punched the big ticket, I think there's a level of confidence with their program, their fan base, their university, that once you're able to do those things, it happens. I'll tell them 3 of the last 4 regionals we hadn't lost a game in. I'll try to take everything that's been negative and let them go research for themselves, which they won't. So I'll just tell them all the good stuff and the things that our program has done, and try to build them up here over the next few days to get them ready. And then I'll ask our fans to absolutely be there for us in full force and help us push it across the finish line together. And so that's what we'll start doing each and every day between now and when we get to play again.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time today. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate you.